he's just in it to win it for himself. Good morning. Today I'm in the middle of reading Layer of Dreams. I'm trying to cross this off my series. I know I won't finish these because I'm already at the end of September. This year's flown by, but my goal is to cross off the next two in the Diviner series in October. So currently I'm really enjoying this book. I am about, I'm listening to it on Audible, so let me see. A third of the way into the book, and my goal is to finish this probably not today, but maybe tomorrow. While I'm listening, I'm going to be updating my Notion. This is how I keep track of my physical TBR, but I realized that I'm missing a lot of books that I own on Audible that I've already read because I made my Notion after I started doing this, or started listening to my books. So I'm going to be updating my Audible and my Notion so they match, and I might end up doing my physical TBR as well. I already have a lot on my physical TBR through my Notion, but I feel like I don't have the books that I've already read. But I want like a whole library catalog of what I own. So I'm going to be sitting here doing this. I thought it'd be fun if y'all would just enjoy a cozy morning with me. I have some other projects around the house that I want to work on. I want to make a shirt, like a bookish shirt, and maybe we can do that together. And then I have some clay that I need to paint. I'm making little fridge magnets, and I started making them the other day, but they needed to dry. So now they're ready for some paint. Yeah, I thought I'd bring y'all along with me. So thanks for joining me.
So on the left is my Audible, on the right is my Notion. I just opened up a new book. I always type in the title, and then this is an audiobook, so I changed my little icon to the headphones. Type in my author. If it was part of a series, I do have a space for the series name and the number of the book in the series. And then I do a start and finish date when I read them. A genre tracker. This is on my TBR because I haven't started it yet, and then it's through Audible and I own it. This next book is a book that I have read. This is called Frankly in Love. So just like before, I type in the title and change the icon to the headphones. Type in my author's name. This is not a part of a series, so I'll leave those areas blank. But then I go over to Goodreads and I look up to see when I read these so I can update that in my tracker. And I also check the rating that I gave it. And then I will change the TBR to red, and I own this in Audible, and I actually do own an ebook copy that I discovered later when I was going through my Kindle books. I really like my Notion, and I would be willing to do a more in-depth tour. If you guys are interested in that, just let me know in the comments below. So I had a friend come over and we had a crafting night. She brought her own clay, but I used this Crayola air dry clay. I'd never used it before, and I thought it would be fun to make these cute little magnets, but they take about 2 to 3 days to dry. So here I am sitting at my kitchen table listening to my audiobook and painting these. I did have a lot of fun doing this little art project, and I would definitely recommend it if you want something fun to do this fall.
Good morning. Today is October 1st. I am so excited. This is my birth month. I love October, spooky season. It's finally cooling down, kind of, sort of, out here. At least in the morning, it's really nice and cool. I've just been doing some mundane tasks around the house, so pardon my appearance. I still have more mundane tasks like dishes and a little bit of yard work to do, and I'll probably take you along with me. And I just wanted to hop on here and say I finished Layer of Dreams, this chunk of a book. I really enjoyed this. This is the second book in the Diviner series. Yeah, I'm finishing my series. So this book follows our main characters from the Diviners. There are 6 of them. There are 6 main characters from the Diviners, and they all come back in Layer of Dreams. And I don't want to go into too much detail about what this book is about, but it does focus on one of the main characters' powers. So if you don't know what the Diviner series is, it is a group of 17-year-olds. I think they're all 17. 17 or very close to that age. And they're in New York City in the 1920s. They end up finding each other. They all kind of live in the same building. And many of them have powers. We have Evie, and she can touch an object and tell you about the person that object belonged to, or just like mundane things about that object, like what the object has been through. So we have Evie, her best friend Mabel, she doesn't have any powers. Sam Lloyd, who is like this pickpocket con man who meets Evie right when she gets to New York, and he keeps reappearing throughout the first book. He is able to just like think, don't see me, and he's not able to be seen. We have Theta, who is friends with Evie and Mabel. She lives in the same building as them, and she has these really mysterious powers. We don't really learn about it until the end of the Diviner, so I don't want to spoil that for you. She does have some sort of ability. And then her best friend Henry, they live in the same apartment together. He can walk in dreams, so he can appear in people's dreams and soothe them or ask them to wake up. And then we meet Memphis and his little brother Isaiah. And Memphis, he's a healer, so he can just touch you and heal things. And then his little brother Isaiah can see the future, and he's very predictive. He's basically a prophet. So the first book focused heavily on building this little group, and what they went through was pretty spooky. This one, I would not say it's as spooky, but it is really good. It's about dreams, says the title. So if you don't really like books set in dreams, I would not pick this up if I were you. I will say this is a 4.5 for me. The first book was a 5. This is a 4.5, just because I do feel like it got a little bit repetitive with the dream. So I don't know. It's still really good, and I definitely will continue this series. So with my mundane tasks, I had a graphic novel come through on the library for me, and I need to sit down and read that because it's part of a series that I'm trying to finish. But I don't have the attention span for right now. I have to do some dishes and yard work and all the fun little mundane things. So I'm going to get an audiobook. Hopefully it's available through Libby or Everand. And I'll let you know what I pick up.
I'm so excited for this shirt. I've had this idea in my brain for over a year now, and I'm so glad that I finally took the leap and did it. I just cannot wait for you guys to see the final product.
Hey, just checking in. So yesterday, while I was doing all my mundane tasks like the dishes and clearing pots off of my porch and sweeping, I ended up starting The Last Legacy, which is the third and final book in the Fable series. At least the final book that I'll be reading. There are a couple companion novels. The Last Legacy is about a girl named Bryn. She is part of the Roth family. This family is known for their con artistry, I guess is the best way to put it. Basically, they run a business and they sell fake gems in the gem trade in the world of the Narrows. Bryn was brought up as a lady and she has all these manners and elegance. The deal was once she turns a certain age, I don't remember how old she is. Once Bryn turns a certain age, she goes to her uncle Heinrich and ends up staying with him and working for the family, trying to do the family business. So she has, like, the first couple chapters. So she's gone from being with her great aunt to going to Heinrich, and Heinrich is this he's like a mob boss basically. Everybody in the family works. They all do these con artist gem trade things, and they all have their own stake in the family. And so Bryn's mom had a tea shop, and Bryn decides to reopen the tea shop. That's where I am, about halfway into the book. There is a little romance subplot, but it seems like maybe he's not the best kind of guy. I don't know. I don't know where that's going to go. I really am not trusting Heinrich. I think that he is sleazy, and I don't think that he is always about putting family first, but we will see. I think he's just in it to win it for himself. But I will check in after I finish this book. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight. I'm not feeling very motivated to read today. I don't know why. But I will check in after I finish this book and let you know how it goes. This morning I unintentionally woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't fall back asleep, so I decided to get up and make myself a cup of tea and sit down and read. That was the clip that you guys saw earlier. I sat down at 4:45 and read the 11th volume of Spy Family, and I'm glad that I did that because I've now made some progress in that series. I only have one more book in that series left. I'm just waiting for the library to loan that to me through Libby. I did finish The Last Legacy by Adrienne Young. This is the third book in the World of the Narrows series. So I've finished that series. So let's review. I have made progress in the Diviner series. I have read books 1 and 2 out of 4. I have read 11 volumes of Spy X Family out of 12 that have been published. It's still ongoing. And then I have finished all the books that I'm going to read from the World of the Narrows. There are like 3 companion novels, but I'm not going to pick those up. So for the World of the Narrows, I gave this book a 3 stars. I felt like there was a very open end and it was pretty predictable. Also, Adrienne Young really likes to use the line, "I let out the breath I never knew I was holding," or whatever it is. And then like all of a sudden these characters just kind of grow a spine. Like I feel like all of her characters are the same. Like Fable and Bryn were the same. Also, I kept waiting for Fable and her gang to show up, but they never did. So I didn't really understand. I mean, I know they're set in the same universe, but I just didn't understand why they were part of the same series. Like, I felt like The Last Legacy probably could have been a companion novel more than, part of the series. So, those are just my thoughts. So I did give it a 3 stars. But I am so thrilled to have made some great progress. This feels like it was longer than a week, but this was a week of me reading. I worked for 2 days in the middle of my vlogging, but this was just like a week of me reading. I think I started last Thursday and today is Wednesday, today's Thursday. Oh my god, I don't even know what day it is. I started last Thursday and today is Thursday, so it really was just a week. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me while I did some crafting and mundane tasks. I don't know if I motivated you guys to do your mundane tasks around your house or not. Thanks for hanging out and doing some bookish things with me. And I will catch you guys next Wednesday. Happy reading. Huh, weird. Oh, maybe if I press power, it'll pause. Never seen that before. Okay. 16, 18, somewhere there. La 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 la. I guess I should probably look at lens and not the screen. This morning I unintentionally woke up at 3. Excuse me, left, and I'm just waiting for the library to bring it to me, to loan it to me, bring it to me.